Welcome to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of June 10th. I'm Nicole and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Terri Morrow.
Hello.
We're mums of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes, worrying about something or other. Wednesday is complaint day here on Parenting Roundabout, and today we'd like to vent about dentists.
Today and always.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I've just had a very bad run of dental experiences since moving here to this community. And I had some dentists that were very questionable, and then we found this one particular dentist that we used for the last couple of years, and we really enjoyed them, and they were a lovely group. However, they went ahead and gave my son a root canal, but did not tell us that they no longer accepted our insurance.
Oh, no.
So, I was just, going along tickety-boo, like everything, like nothing had changed, but apparently it had. And so that was a bit shocking to get the bill for that. And so then we needed to find a new dentist because I'm sorry, as much as I like them, I need you to take my insurance. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
So then we found this new doctor, and he's lovely office, very modern, TV in the ceilings kind of thing. And went in for clean, and it was okay. The hygienist she's young, inexperienced. But then last week, I realized that I had what I thought broken my tooth. And so I went in to see him. Well, it turns out it was the tooth that I'd had the root canal on, but never had capped, never put a crown on.
Mm.
So the tooth was just disintegrating. So, of course, that involved some immediate fixing, which meant needles, and I have a strong aversion to dental needles.
Ew.
And so I told him that, and I said, just so that you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not, like, you need to put a lot of numbing on, like I've had lots of bad experiences, and, it just terrifies me, anxious, and I just feel a lot of pain. I just seem to, no matter what dentists do, there's just I feel a lot of pain when you use the needles.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally said, don't be such a baby.
Oh, my man. That is not what you want to hear from your dentist.
I know. He says, well, you don't need to, or no, it was something like, oh, I know, I'm such a baby about it too. You don't need to be such a baby. You'll be fine.
Oh, well, that's a little better, but still.
Comparing me to being a baby about things, I'm sorry. I'm like a, middle-aged woman who knows has had enough experience. I'm older than you, buddy.
Yeah, and you don't really want to have your dentist have such a cavalier attitude towards pain and fear.
Exactly, and come on, have some respect. And if I'm telling you what I need, then please listen, because I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it.
Yeah.
So, I was really ticked, and I'm thinking in my head, oh, God, I'm going to have to go find a new dentist now. Can't deal with him. Because you know what? His needle did hurt, okay?
I'm sure it did.
It was not fun. Yeah. And I had to tell him, whoa, that's hurting. Because I guess it hurts more when they put it in faster, if they...
Oh.
Yeah, so if it's hurting, it's because they're injecting you quite quick, with the...
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, so they have to go slow, and a lot of dentists don't do that. So anyway, I had to stop him. I'm like, slow down, slow down.
With your mouth hanging open, so you can't talk.
Yeah. He has the potential. He just needs a few more years to just,
Well, hopefully you can develop some compassion in that time.
Yes, be nicer.
Okay, honestly, the dentists are just the worst.
I had the experience years and years ago where I would go for cleanings, and I could just not help but weep during the the cleaning. Just tears would just gently leak out of my eyes because it hurt. Even just the cleaning, like no needles, just because my gums are bad. And finally, one of the hygienists said to me, we could give you some Novocaine gel on your gums.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, please, let's do that. Like, why has no one told me this in the last 10 times I've been here?
Oh, yeah.
Because that made a huge difference. I don't seem to need it anymore, but for a while, it helped so much. It's just gel, and it just, so it doesn't hurt going in.
The last dentist I went to, one of the reasons why I loved it was because the hygienists use this mix of probably Novocaine and some other stuff, and they call it Pink Lady. And it's a mouthwash, and you just swish it around your mouth for a couple minutes, spit it out, and you don't feel a thing during your cleaning, because the cleanings can be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
So, but this new dentist doesn't have that. So, one more strike against him.
You need to pack your own Pink Lady when you come to the dentist.
Right?
Oh, man.
And Terri, now you finally...
I've had such a dental saga over the last 6 or 7 years. We went to the same dentist for many years, really liked him, really liked his practice. Everything was great. And then at this one visit, the dental hygienist was sort of I don't know, I got a bad vibe from her, and she decided that I had a tooth that needed to be pulled, and she mentioned it to the dentist, and he went, yeah, okay. And I'm like, well, that's not the way I want this to happen. Whisper in the dentist's ear and have the dentist tell me in a very authoritative way, for this reason, and this reason, you need to get your tooth pulled. Because the tooth wasn't bothering me. It's just hanging out there. So I dragged my feet, and finally I said, I'm not going to do it. And then he went to put a filling in that same tooth, and then he said again, nope, have to pull it. And I said, fill that tooth up, and I never went back again. And at the same time, my daughter, who went there, was having some weird experiences with the dental hygienists too, and my son too. So we left that practice. And then, I went to a different dentist, and I liked them, but he also said, you really got to pull that tooth. And after a while, you get embarrassed to go back to the same dentist whose advice you're not following. Because every time it would be like, did you do that yet? Why haven't you done that yet? And I said, I don't want to. Right. I'm a baby. I don't want to. And then our insurance changed 2 or 3 times, and every insurance we had to find a different dentist. And so I would take 6 months to figure out which dentist to pick, and then our insurance would change again, and it would be a different assortment. So finally, we're on this dental HMO, and I went to a dentist for that, and he didn't tell me to pull the tooth. He barely looked at my tooth. He kind of cleaned them perfunctorily and said, your teeth look fine. Bye. So I thought, well, this doesn't seem promising, and the selections for the HMO weren't very good. And the tooth started to feel kind of funny in another place. So I think it either cracked in a second place, or if the filling that the guy had hastily put in fell out. So it's like, it's probably getting to be time. It's getting to the point now where it's hanging over my head. What day is it going to decide to go? Is it going to be while I'm at Special Olympics out of town? Is it going to be on my birthday? What day is it going to decide to cause me unbearable pain? So I said, okay, my sister-in-law recommended a dentist she had gone to who hadn't been really gung-ho about tooth pulling, but she's not on this HMO plan. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to pay as I go. I'm going to go to this dentist. If I like her, I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to get a nice dental oral surgeon, and I'm going to pay for that. This is just what I'm going to do for me. So I went to that dentist, and she predictably said, oh yeah, you got to pull that tooth. It's all decayed. So I got a referral from her for an oral surgeon. I got an x-ray to go to the oral surgeon. I called the oral surgeon. I made an appointment, and I'm like, you know what? It's going to cost me money, but this is what I do. I have to find a place I'm comfortable. I have to find a place I'm good, that I know is going to be nice, that isn't going to be a guy with a pair of pliers in the back of a Winnebago, because that's what I expected from the HMO. And then I find out that this very nice oral surgeon is in fact covered by the HMO.
Yay.
However, only if referred to by your in-network dentist. So the referral from my out-of-network dentist, not covered. In order to get it covered, which would be like $12 for the tooth extraction, which I'm guessing it would not be for paying full price. But to do that, I have to go back to this other dentist and say, hey, I have this tooth. Why don't you take a look at it? What do you think? Think it needs to be pulled? Take an x-ray of it, will you? And refer me to this exact guy to whom you do not need to know I've already made an appointment. So I really don't want to do that. And it's like, I feel now, I was okay with it, that I was going to do this thing to get myself the best services, and I was going to pay for it. That's great. But now that I know it could be only $12, it feels spendthrift to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to do. I really don't want to just go to a dentist and hope that. And now, if this guy says, "Oh, that tooth's fine," you just leave it. Then I'm like, "Well, I was finally ready to pull it. Where were you 6 years ago?" So nothing is ever easy with dentists, you know.
No.
But I like this new dentist I went to, and I think I'm going to start going to her. She was a very small practice, very nice. I didn't get my teeth cleaned or anything. I just got them looked at and x-rayed. But the person who did the x-ray did it great. I have a tiny mouth, and sometimes x-rays can be kind of harrowing.
Yeah.
But this was great, fast. Got it in the first shot. Excellent. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Is it ridiculous to just pay for it if I could get it paid by the HMO? If I go one more time to the kind of creepy dentist?
Well, is it a huge difference?
Well, theoretically, I think if it's just a simple extraction, it's a couple $100.
Right.
Which I would be fine with if I didn't know that stupid you could be getting it for $12.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, if it had been, oh, you can't get that oral surgeon on your HMO, it's only the, back alley oral surgeons that you can get on.
Right.
So I don't know. But I guess I am, in fact, going to get it pulled.
Yeah.
I hung on to you as long as I could, little tooth.
Yeah.
I'm not going to quite make it to my 60th birthday. I'm going to go just before that. Be my last uncomfortable event of my 50s. But it is like, it's got like pits in it that are catching pieces of food, and it's like, this is not going to end well. It's really time to say so long. But it's like all the way in the back. As far back as you can go in my tiny little mouth. How are they going to get it out of there? How can this be done?
Oh, trust me. My root canal was on my last molar up on my upper mouth. They'll do it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's going to be, it was so hard to get to that tooth. We had to pull the 3 teeth in front of it. I hope you don't mind.
No,
they'll
do it.
A quarter of the teeth you started with.
I know. It's like, this is what I think of, or it's going to traumatize the tooth next to it. And so then eventually that one will have to be pulled. And then it's just going to be a chain reaction. This is why I've put it off for 6 years. These are the fears that go through my head. And it will probably be super easy. And if I had it done 6 years ago, it would be over a long time, and I would have forgotten about it.
It would have. Just, rip that Band-Aid off.
Yes. Just delaying healthcare is never good.
Nope.
But on the other hand, there are people in my life who keep up with if it doesn't bother you, don't do anything, which is feeding my neuroses. So I'll have another report in a few weeks.
That's right. We're going to follow up with you and find out what happened very soon. Yes. But that'll be it for today's round 3 of complaints. Tune in tomorrow when we'll obsess about writing, and then come back on Friday to see what we've come up with for our Roundabout Roundup picks this week. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.